So, we have started our journey into adulthood, and now we're like, you know what? I have to get a job. And it turns out that all that uniqueness that we were trying to find to be standing out translate to crazy on some other people. So let's talk about some crazy people, shall we? I remember when I lost my mind. There was something so pleasant about that place. Even your emotions had an echo in so much space. Ooh, and when you're out there, yeah, I was out of touch. But it wasn't because I didn't know enough. Ooh, I just knew too much. Oh, does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Probably. So doing meet and greet before one of our shows over at the Jesus World. We had just finished doing this show called Talebearers, where I am this evil gossiping woman that is gossiping about Elizabeth, the cousin of Mary, who is the mother of Jesus, as you all know, naturally. So this woman comes up to me and she's wearing a white scarf and it's tied on the side, and she's wearing her little, cha-cha heels with the big platforms, and they're white, and she has big gaudy sunglasses on, and she's walking. And then suddenly, she sees me. And then she walks towards me. Oh my goodness. You have a beautiful voice. Oh! When you did they play, and you go up high and you go low. It was so good. Oh, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate that. I'm glad you enjoyed the show. You are beautiful. A Jew, Puerto Rico. Yes, ma'am, I am the entire island. Where are you from? Brazil! And I hope that you would have you the time of your life. But think twice. That's my only advice. Now another woman, this is after the Passion Play this time. She comes up to me and she says, "Ma'am, can I talk to you for a moment?" And I said, "Sure, how can I help you?" She goes, "Now, I understand that, it's a play, so you're gonna take some dramatic liberties with the show, but, I had a few questions about the show, and I was wondering if you could, clarify." And I'm like, sure, what? I am prepared to always clarify things with our Passion Play because we have crazy things in it, like Jesus shooting sparks out of his hands, or him using pudding to cover the eyes of the blind man as mud, but it's really pudding, or Satan walking around with a snake wrapped around his head and his cape happens to be smoking. I always have to answer questions about taking liberties with the Passion Play. So she says, that Jesus was wearing a prayer shawl, and Jesus did not have no prayer shawl. Of all the things she could have named, she actually named one of the things we actually do accurately. Ma'am, it's actually called a tallit. It's a tallit. They used to wear them, to represent their faith in God and everything, Even the little tassels on the end of the tallit have, special meaning. You remember how they talk about the woman that touched the hem of his garment? Well, he touched the tassel of his garment. And it turns out that they used to call the tassel the wings of the tallit, which completes the prophecy in Isaiah that he has healing in his wings. My pastor said Jesus did not have no prayer shawl. assure you, he wore a tallit that you are called. It's not a prayer, it's a tallit. It's not a prayer shawl. No, my pastor said Jesus did not wear no prayer shawl. And she started walking. I was like, no, ma'am, I assure you. And I started getting mad. Come on now, who do you think you are? Bless your soul. You really think you're in control? Speaking of being in control, some of our audiences are really into some of our shows. There is one show that we do called The 4 Women Who Love Jesus. And at one point, the woman who touches the hem of his garment is coming up to Jesus to touch the hem of his garment. And there are these women sitting in the front row, and they're going, Jesus. Yes. And it's a small theater, so you can hear them, and we're trying to go, my Lord, please, I need healing. So she touches the hem of Jesus' garment, and from the audience, all you hear is, get your touch. So everybody, get your touch. Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Does that make me crazy? Probably. Oh, does that make you crazy? Does that make you crazy? Does that make you crazy? Just like me. Get your touch. Get your touch. Get your touch. Hashtag it. Get your touch. It's gonna be a thing. Watch. Get your touch. My life, take me to the King. I don't have much to bring. My heart is torn in pieces. It's hard to stand out. Stand out. Yeah. Some people settle for the typical thing, living all their lives waiting in the wings. It ain't a question of if, just a matter